Hey guys, Crux here with another YouTube video, and this one's on Black Ops 4. Its release date is approaching us. The beta, the first one is passed, and I believe the Blackout beta is coming up. So I decided to make a video on talking about a few things Treyarch or Activision needs to do right Black Ops 4, because I feel like the approach to this game is a little different with the things both of them are doing. So let's get into it right away, guys. Alright guys, we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, which is Black Ops 4 not having single player, which is kind of weird because Call of Duty has been known to have some great campaign stories, and Treyarch has been one of those companies that, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, they have good campaigns. Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 have been, very good campaigns. I played those entirely, so I don't know about Black Ops 3. I didn't get to play it all, but Treyarch needs to make up for not including single player. I'm not saying it was entirely their decision, but it's their game, so they developed it, and they need to prove to us that eliminating single player development made the rest of the game better. They might be trading this, single player for blackout mode, a battle royale. They want to cash in, and that's why people, don't agree with or feel bothered because some people feel like they're just trying to cash in for battle royale, like all these companies are. Like people making cheap battle royale games, they just want to get it. And Call of Duty is a big game, so it's kind of weird for you to think that they're thinking like that as well. So they need to make us forget that we're paying $60 for essentially less, because we don't have single player. Last year Call of Duty World War II had single player, and that's $60. Why should I pay $60 for Black Ops 4 since it has less? That's what people are thinking, like, and Treyarch needs to make them forget about that. And since Black Ops 4 is doing all these new things, I feel like Treyarch needs to make its mark in the community in a positive way. Whether it's like really pushing these modes, having fun with it, making good events, good PR. Make sure that the tournaments are great, which I believe they would be, because Call of Duty Black Ops in general has been good for the esports MLG scene in these games. So Treyarch needs to prove all that, and they need to do well when it comes to making you forget that they took out single player for this game. Alright, we're going to talk about the next couple of things that Black Ops 4 needs to do right, and this one is multiplayer. Now, when I say what Black Ops 4 needs to do right, I'm really talking about Treyarch, but I'm talking more of Black Ops 4 and its year or whatever, like their game, because Black Ops 4 is a lot, we already talked about it in the beginning of the video. It's really different how they approached it. So, I believe this is going to be one of the least, or one of the couple things that we don't really have to worry about, which is regular multiplayer. The regular multiplayer, when I'm talking about team deathmatch and all that, regular modes, they need to make a multiplayer that can compete with Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. So Black Ops 4's multiplayer has to be done right to compete with those, because those had good, those are good years, good Call of Duty installments. Because Black Ops 2, a lot of stuff happened in that community. People enjoyed it, people remember it, and I still believe people play it. And I was looking back in the archives of tournaments, and it was a big deal. A lot of people enjoyed it, entertained. And Black Ops 3, it was the same thing. So regular multiplayer, I don't think Treyarch would have any problems with, because Call of Duty is really good with balancing things, dealing with things as the game goes through its course. So I don't think we had much of a problem. I just think that they really need to make it stand out, because I was looking through the the comments when the Black Ops 4 first trailer came out, and people were calling, I'm glad that I'm gonna buy Black Ops 3.5, because and I thought about it. I looked at the trailer more. I'm like, there's a lot of similarities, but I think one of the similarities is that how it looks in general. But it's a fast-paced game, and I really like fast-paced games with boots on the ground. I think the last real fast-paced game, I apologize, is Call of Duty Ghost, and a lot of people didn't like that, but it was good for competitors. So I do think the fast pace and boots in the ground is a good thing. I think Call of Duty did that too. World War II did that too, but following up Call of Duty World War II is not going to be that hard, to be honest. It was a good game, but it was an average game for a Call of Duty game, and I feel like Black Ops 4 is not going to have a trouble following that up, because it's not that high of a bar. But Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, it's even a higher bar. So I think they need to keep up with those two. Alright, the next thing we're going to talk about what Black Ops 4 needs to do right, and I think it's one of the most important things. It's one of the biggest things that they need to get on the target. It's the new Battle Royale mode. The reason I'm saying this is because supposedly this is the whole reason single player was cut out, and it's a trade-off. But I think Battle Royale is, for a company like Treyarch, it's easier to develop than a single player. So I'm just thinking like this because so many little companies have been trying to cash out on BR mode, and the fact that Treyarch or Activision is doing this is not surprising, but it's still making some heads turn and question. But let's just it's in the game, so let's just talk about it. Them doing right. It's gonna have to compete with PUBG and Fortnite. I would say other games, but PUBG and Fortnite are the two main ones. The other ones, they're not that much of a problem for Call of Duty, but PUBG and Fortnite has its most viewers on Twitch, and they're constantly in the top 10. Fortnite is constantly in top 3, but PUBG is up there with Fortnite. It's not lagging too much behind, but those two are its competitors. And along with multiplayer, it's gonna have to make up for the single player, as I said, and that we don't know if they're doing that. But multiplayer is, it's gonna help it a lot, but it's gonna have to be fun for the most of the year, to be honest. And I mean that until the next Call of Duty comes out. That's what I really mean. But Battle Royale mode, it's gonna have to have a lot of replayability because Fortnite, it's been out for I think it's been out for a year, and some people are getting tired of it, but the really good people are not. So it could go either way, to be honest. And one thing they really can't really do is have too many microtransactions. Personally, I don't like that. Call of Duty World War II, I hopped on it the other day, and it looks like a free-to-play game. I'm not bashing anybody, but it really looks like a free-to-play game with all these things they're doing. And I don't, it's kind of weird when you see companies try and get more money from you after you paid, and like EA or anything. But no shots there, a little shots, because EA is pretty scummy. But Treyarch needs to make sure that there's not too many transactions, because players are gonna feel a type of way when they start realizing they have to pay more for more of these cool skins or whatever they do, on top of them paying $60 already. Fortnite can do that because it's a free-to-play game. When it comes to multiplayer, you could buy the first single player, but in terms of multiplayer, they could do that because they're not charging for you. It's a free-to-play multiplayer game, so they're justified there. Treyarch, they don't have that much leeway, so they have to be very careful when it comes to microtransactions. But Black Ops 4 needs to get Battle Royale mode right. The final thing Black Ops 4 needs to get right is zombies. And I'm not going to go into it because I believe Treyarch has earned my respect and it has a good reputation when it comes to zombies. They are the reason zombies is included in most Call of Duty games. They got it right so many years ago. So I don't think this is going to be a problem for them. I can't speak the same about the rest of the things. I'm giving a hope though, guys. I hope this is a good Call of Duty. The Call of Duty is consistent, but I think this one's going to be one of the good ones. Comment down below, guys, if you agree with me, disagree. Tell me why or why not. And if you guys want to see the Blackouts beta, I believe comes out in a couple days. I'll pre-order if you guys want to see that content. Anyways, that's it for me, guys. Make sure to like, comment down below, whatever you guys think, and subscribe. And make sure to check my stream on the links below in the description. All right, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.